Welcome back. Summer camp can make memories for kids. Swimming, roasting marshmallows, just getting outside and spending time in nature. It may seem a little early to be thinking about summer and camping and being outside, but today we're going to tell you why you should be considering it right now.
I can't believe we're talking about summer camp. We've got 7 tips, I know, it's way too cold, to help your child's camp experience be absolutely fantastic. And Kelly Rossebo is the spokesperson for the American Camp Association. We're super excited to see her. Is it too early to think about summer camp?
I am the herald of summer.
You look like it too, just very summery and light.
Doesn't she? I know.
Thanks. Yeah, it's definitely the time to be thinking about it and making your summer plans. And now is really the time to be doing your research. And that's kind of where I want to head people today is, you know, what should we be asking? What do you want to look for? How do you find the perfect camp for your child?
I like that. Yeah, so let's talk about some of your 7 tips. Your first one is to be familiar with the camp philosophy. How can you find out what a camp's philosophy is?
Absolutely. You know, there is a camp for every child, but you've got to do the legwork on that. So you want to talk to the camp director first and foremost. Find out what the camp's main goals are. You know, is it developing leadership? Is it healthy living skills? Is it a specific sports skill? So match that to what your child's needs are.
Mm-hmm. I like that. You also say to assess the quality and the commitment of the staff. I think that's hard to do, especially if camp isn't in session.
That's true, but it's one of the most important things I think you can do. You know, really one of my mentors had said you can run camp in a parking lot if you've got a great staff. Okay. The staff is the most critical part of your camp experience. So some of the questions you can ask is ask about staff retention. How long has the staff been there? When you see staff coming back year after year, you've got a level of commitment there. Mm-hmm. You know, how old are the staff? Some camps require that staff are all over 18 and adults, and other camps say, oh, 16 and 17 is fine. You know, so you've got to know what you're comfortable with in that situation.
Okay. What about accreditation?
Well, accreditation is great. So the American Camp Association offers accreditation to camps. They look at over 300 separate standards regarding health and risk management, your staffing again, site and facilities. It means that we've sent in independent visitors to take a look through the entire camp. And they're looking not only at the camp's policies and procedures, but actually walking through camp while it's in session, making sure that those things are really the things that are happening. So when you're looking at a camp, you want to ask about accreditation. Are they making the choice to be accredited? And if they're not, ask why. They may have valid reasons why, but you want to know what those reasons are.
There's a lot of work to do to find the right camp, because the next thing you say is get references. So, I mean, it's almost like hiring somebody. I guess it is hiring.
It is hiring somebody.
In a lot of ways. You know, if you think about it, these folks are standing in your place as a parent. Now, this is an amazing experience that you're offering your child, and maybe one of the most, important things that we can offer our kids now. When I started camp 20 years ago, I always thought that, of course, camp was a valuable experience. But now, 20 years later, I think it's even more valuable. Kids are losing their abilities to make new friendships, to have face-to-face relationships, to get unplugged, and camp offers kids that opportunity. So when it comes to who's going to be taking care of your child, references are a good way about it. You know, when a parent calls me to ask about our camp, I can oftentimes give them, contact information, phone numbers, emails of parents even in their area, or parents who have 10-year-old boys who started camp last year. And not only will they give you their perspective, but they might give you some great hints too.
Mm-hmm. I like that. What about finances? What do you need to discuss about that?
Well, you need to know what your budget is. And there really, again, is a camp for every budget. If you go to the American Camp Association website, which is acacamps.org, one of the criteria you can put in your search is your budget. And so it's got to work for your budget. Also, this is the time of year that you should be looking at, if you need some financial aid. Many camps do offer what we call camperships. It's a camp scholarship or some partial funding. Or there are organizations that are willing to do that. We've had a lot of success with, organizations like the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation or the Lions Club. And so checking into some of those, funding sources is an important thing as well.
What about communication? Because I always wonder, is it a good idea to be able to contact your child or to send them letters or a care package?
Communication is key. So first of all, you want to know what your camp's communication policies are. Most camps are asking you to leave that cell phone at home. Again, you know, it's a great opportunity for your child to be unplugged and to really focus on themselves and other children and the relationships that they're developing. Now, that doesn't mean don't communicate. Mail is critical. There is nothing more, you know, exciting in the camp day than that mail call. Kids are looking forward to getting a real letter from you, and in turn, you might actually get a real letter from your child, and that's a pretty important thing. Also, there are some really neat technological developments that have, you know, come on the horizon in the last decade. You know, for our campers, we have a password-protected site where my parents can go online. We have an online photo gallery where they can look at over 100 pictures every day. You know, it gives you a chance to say, oh, my daughter was doing gymnastics, or she caught a fish today. You know, that gives you a bit of a clue. It also has a one-way emailing system so that parents can send emails to their children. It's like an additional mail call. Now, kids still have to write back the real letters.
That's good.
But it's, you know, it's a daily communication where you can say, oh, I saw that you were canoeing. How was that? What do you think? And they can write you back with those answers.
I think that's awesome.
Wonderful.
Yeah, great tips for going to summer camp. Start doing your research now because you've got some work to do. You can find out more about the American Camp Association by going to their website, is acacamps.org. That's the website. Thanks again, Kelly. We appreciate it.
Thank you.